Have you ever noticed how anger never truly harms its intended target? The only one it punishes is you. In the moment, it feels like strength, a surge of heat in your veins, a spark that whispers, "Finally, I won't take this quietly." You raise your voice, push back, slam a door, or you let silence crash down so hard it reverberates in someone else's mind for hours. But that echo always returns to you. Long ago, a philosopher observed that the damage anger inflicts far outweighs whatever provoked it. He was right. What sets you off is often trivial. A careless word, a dismissive glance, a tone that grates. But the cost? Your peace, your rest, the quiet certainty that your mind belongs to you alone. Yet, so many cling to anger like armor, believing it makes them invincible. Speak loud enough, and no one challenges you. Show your teeth and they'll back down. But the truth is, a man consumed by rage burns himself long before he scorches the world. That fire in your chest, it devours you from within. You felt it. The hollow regret the next morning, the words you hurled now boomeranging back. You can't escape the wounded look in their eyes, the half-hearted apology you mutter, part remorse, part exhaustion from carrying the weight you created. Next time, you promise yourself, "I'll keep it in check." But anger doesn't obey good intentions. It answers only to discipline or nothing at all. Another wise man once wrote that the antidote to anger is time. Not stifled silence that festers, but space to let the flames die before they consume everything. Most never create that space. They mistake fury for honesty, for righteousness, but anger is a liar. It sells the illusion of control while stealing it from you. So how do you disarm it? Start by examining what ignites you. Rarely is it the grand injustices, it's the petty slights. A stranger's smirk, a condescending remark, the way someone's eyes glaze over when you speak, how dare they? But ask yourself, who are you trying to prove yourself to? Someone who won't spare you a second thought? Why hand them your fire for free? The real test isn't the insult, it's your response. The world doesn't measure your strength by the punches you throw, but by whether you let a spark burn down your own house. Those who've mastered anger didn't deny its existence. They saw it for what it is, a fleeting emotion, not a command to obey. Next time heat rises, pause. Feel the urge to lash out, the drumbeat in your chest urging, strike now. That impulse is your teacher. If you can let it pass without acting, you've already won. True strength isn't the absence of anger. It's the ability to sit with it unshaken, like a tame beast. This at your side. Disrespect will always come. The weak answer it with noise, the strong with stillness. When chaos seeks an audience, remember, a quiet mind carries more weight than any shout. The man who holds his tongue while others spew venom is the one who leaves a lasting impression. They will test you, friends, strangers, even those you love. The loud ones prod for cracks in your calm. Hand them your rage and you surrender your power. Keep it, and they're left grasping at air. Some argue certain angers are justified, certain wrongs demand retribution, but vengeance without control is chaos masquerading as justice. Act if you must, but with clarity, not blind fury. A single measured word from a steady mind strikes harder than 100 screams. Train yourself to pause, let silence cradle the fire in your chest instead of your throat. In a world of noise, calm is unnerving. It can't be swayed, can't be dragged into petty storms. When others try to provoke you and fail, they confront their own powerlessness. That's the real lesson. Anger doesn't prove strength, it reveals who lacks mastery over their own flame. Carry yours with discipline. Let it warm your resolve, not scorch your peace. The world thrives on reactivity. Rise above it. When the heat comes, breathe. Wait. Let it rise, let it fade. And when it does, stand unmoved. That's the proof, not that you've killed your anger, but that you've tamed it. A mind that commands its own fire, fears no spark. The next time someone tries to provoke you, don't mistake stillness for weakness. Silence isn't surrender, it's a choice. While others flail in the heat of emotion, you remain steady, untouched. That's the true mark of strength, not the absence of anger, but the refusal to let it dictate your actions. Think of it like this, anger is a storm. Most people get swept up in the wind, thrashing against the chaos, but you stand at the eye of it, watching the tempest rage around you without ever losing your footing. The storm will pass as all storms do, and when it does, you'll still be standing while others are left exhausted from the fight they started. This isn't about suppressing what you feel. It's about recognizing that emotions are signals, not commands. Anger tells you something is wrong, but it doesn't tell you how to fix it. That's where wisdom steps in. A surgeon doesn't operate in a rage. A judge doesn't pass sentence in fury. Why? Because clarity is lost in the heat. The same applies to you. So when the world pushes, when insults fly, when disrespect stings, pause, ask yourself, what does this moment require? Not what your pride demands, not what your anger screams, but what the situation truly calls for. Sometimes the answer is action. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's walking away, but never is it blind reaction. Because here's the secret. People who provoke you want a reaction. They crave the satisfaction of knowing they've gotten under your skin. Deny them that and you strip them of their power. Let them shout into the void. Let them flail against your indifference. Eventually, they'll tire themselves out while you remain unshaken. This is how you reclaim control, not by fighting every battle, but by choosing the ones worth fighting. And when you do act, it's with precision, not passion. A single deliberate move carries more force than 100 reckless ones. So train yourself, not to never feel anger, but to never be ruled by it. Let it come, let it go. Like a wave breaking against stone, the wave retreats, the stone remains. And when the dust settles, when the noise fades, you'll still be standing. Calm, clear, unbroken. That's power. Not the kind that shouts, but the kind that endures. The final lesson is this. Anger is a fire. It can warm you or consume you. The choice is yours. Master it and you master yourself. Let it master you and you burn alone. So when the heat rises, remember, true strength isn't in the explosion, but in the quiet moment before, in the breath held, in the hand unclenched. That's where freedom lives. Not in reaction, but in restraint. Not in the storm, but in the stillness after. And that stillness, it becomes unshakable.